I'm interviewing my Nana, who's 73. She was born in Boston, Massachusetts, and the date of the interview is April 19th, Saturday, 2014. And, okay. So, we're interviewing my great-great-grandmother, Bridget
Agnes Birmingham.
That. Do you know when she first came to America?
She came to America in 1891.
Where did she come from?
She came from Ireland.
And why did she come to America?
She came to America because she was born on a farm in Ireland, and there was no work in Ireland. There was no jobs. There wasn't even enough food for everybody. So when she was 16 years old, she came to America.
How did they get here?
She came on a boat, and it took weeks to come across from Ireland. And she came across and she landed at Ellis Island in New York.
What did she do for work when she came to America?
Well, after she got to Ellis Island, she made her way to Boston, where she had a cousin, and she got a job as a maid in a house on Beacon Hill in Boston for some wealthy people, and she did all the cooking, the cleaning, and took care of the children. And she was lucky to get that job.
Can you think of any traditions or customs that have been passed down through the years?
One of the best traditions that she passed down to us is we are very happy people. We like to celebrate holidays. We like to have big family dinners. And I think that's one of the best things that she passed down to us. Because she was always cooking big dinners and having everybody there.
What hardships did people of our heritage face when they first came to America?
Well, when my grandmother, your great-great-grandmother, came, there were signs all over Boston that said no Irish need apply for work because they would not hire Irish people. And she was lucky because she had a cousin here who knew somebody that needed a maid in their house, so she got a job, but most people could not get a job when they got here, and it was very hard for an Irish person to get a job.
Is that still the case?
No, now Irish people are welcomed with open arms. Thank heavens.
Did our ancestors face stereotypes or discrimination?
They certainly did, because people did not like the Irish when they came here. And they faced all kinds of stereotypes.
What are some traditions of our heritage?
So, Irish people love to sing, they love to dance. They love family. And I think that's probably the most important things.
What was her favorite food?
Her favorite food is the funniest thing. She loved duck eggs. And we used to have to get in the car and drive to farms to find farms that had duck eggs so that Nana could have duck eggs.
Do you know what her favorite holiday was?
Her favorite holiday was Easter. She was very, very religious, and she liked all the holidays, but I think out of all the holidays, I think she felt Easter was the most religious holiday because it's kind of a 3 days, 4 days of going to church and celebrating your religion, and I would say that that was her favorite time of the year, was Easter.
And Easter's tomorrow.
Yes. And it's funny that you would be interviewing about her at her favorite time of the year.
So this is kind of the same question, but did she have special holiday customs or food?
At Easter, I always remember we always had ham. We always had potatoes, because potatoes was another one of her favorite foods, because in Ireland they grew up and that's what they ate. They didn't really have a lot of food. They had only potatoes to eat. And she made them all different kinds of ways, and every way she made them was delicious.
You like potatoes, don't you?
Yes, I do. I take after her.
What is our heritage known for? Like events, foods, music, customs, stuff like that?
Yep, Irish music is come through all the ages, and it's still as popular now as it was when she came here. People celebrate St. Patrick's Day, and that's with Irish food, corned beef and cabbage, potatoes, in modern times, St. Patrick's Day is the biggest Irish holiday, and they have parades and big, huge celebrations, and even politicians celebrate St. Patrick's Day and honor the Irish.
I like St. Patrick's Day. It's fun.
Yes.
And green.
Yes, it is green.
What was it like growing up in Ireland, like on her farm?
It was hard. She only could go to school until the 3rd grade, and once she got to the 3rd grade, she had to stop going to school, and she had to work on the farm. And she had to, plant the potatoes and take care of the animals, and they had chickens, they had cows, and they were lucky because some people didn't have all that. And then when times got bad, they had to sell off a lot of their animals just to live. And that's when she had to leave. So she only went to the 3rd grade. But she only went to the 3rd grade, but she was smart, a very, very smart lady.
What would you say were her favorite memories? Like, what did she tell you stories of?
Oh, she used to tell us stories about how they used to go and get the water at a shrine in Ireland that she lived near, and now there's a huge church where she lived, and it's called Our Lady of Knock, and she lived right near there, and they used to go and get the water from a well there, and they believed that if you had that water that it cured everything, and maybe it did, because she lived to be 99.
Mm. So her first job was on the farm, right?
Her first job was working on the farm as a child, right?
So, right when she graduated to 3rd grade, not when she graduated to 4th grade?
She went all the way, she went to the 3rd grade, and then she couldn't go to the 4th grade because she had to stay home and work on the farm.
But she graduated 3rd grade, right?
Yes.
So, like, did a bunch of Irish people come on that boat?
I'm sure a lot of Irish people came, but she came alone. I'm sure she met people like herself that were, getting away from the famine in Ireland, but she was alone when she came.
Was her cousin Irish?
Yes. Her cousin had come before her.
Did her cousin ever find a job?
Her cousin had a job, and she's the one that got me in at the job. But imagine getting on a boat at 16 and going to another country. Pretty scary.
Who did she marry?
She married Edward Birmingham.
Did they have any children?
She had 4 children. She had, her oldest was Mary, and then she had my mother, who was Winnie, and then she had a son, Phil, and then she had a daughter, Margaret, who died when she was a baby.
Aw. So, if she was at Ellis Island, like, where'd she go from Ellis Island?
From Ellis Island, she came to Boston. How she came how she got to Boston, I don't really know. I don't remember her ever telling me how she got from Ellis Island to Boston. But one time when I went to New York and I went to the Statue of Liberty, I went to Ellis Island and I looked her up. And she's in the registry. Everybody who came here from another country, they went through Ellis Island, and their name is there. You can look them up.
So, you said that she married Edward, right?
Yep.
And was he Irish?
Yes, he was.
How old was he when he came over?
I'm not sure because I never really knew my grandfather. He was dead before I was born. I don't know how old he was when he came, but he was young. He was young. And when she married him, he was the milkman. He was a milkman.
That's probably like the best job he could get since he was Irish.
Right?
And so he went to Boston too?
Yep.
Okay, I think that's good.